Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimala. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Aqua that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I seen this article, and it's saying, my ancestors left their homelands to escape anti-Semitism. Will my son have to leave the U.S. because he's trans? Right? So if you're a so-called one of these holy people, one of the Israelites, you shouldn't even be associated with this lifestyle at all. And we know that these people don't fit the prophecies as well because of stuff like this. Because the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written on the minds and hearts of the Israelites when they go back to that land. And they're not going to be fucking up like this, because this is nastiness. This is not going to be going on when Yahweh Shai comes, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And they don't believe in the Lord anyway. They don't believe in the Bible. You know, they pretty much go by their, their handwritten, man-made Talmud. But this right here is a clear indicator that these people are not the people. Okay, so they're saying my grandparents and their families fled their birth countries, settling in the United States. And why did they come to the United States? Because they know that this is, well, they may not know that this is Babylon the Great, but this is Babylon the Great. And this is a place where you can legally self-destruct. Okay, so it says, settling in the United States to escape the scourge of anti-Semitism. Now I must wonder if my trans son, Preston, sound saucy Santana, will need to make a similar decision and leave this country that once a safe haven for the persecuted. Well, you have the biggest trans gender or the biggest LGBTQ community right over in Israel, in Tel Aviv. So why not just fucking go there until the Lord comes and destroy the place? My father family, the Berkowitz, fled Poland after living through the horrific 1903 Gomel pogrom. My mother's family, the Warsawskis, lived in Szeczkowa, so I can probably butcher that shit up, in southern Poland, and endured virulent anti-Semitism, forced to pay higher taxes, and denied the same educational and professional opportunities as their Christian neighbors. My great-uncle Meyer was the first family member to immigrate to the U.S., landing in Galveston, Texas, July 7th, 1913. Now under President Donald Trump's second administration, this country that presented my family with a safe place to start over seems poised to directly threaten the safety and well-being of trans people like my son. These people are fucking crazy, bro. Preston, 32, long suspected this moment would come. Last year, he warned us about Project 2025, the Christian nationalist playbook outlining, among many other things, the brutal crackdown of the rights and liberties of trans people. And we really don't have to go no further into it, man. These people are not the true Israelites. They are converts. And again, they don't believe in the New Testament anyway. But this particular scripture that's in the New Testament that's being quoted in Hebrews chapter 8 is actually being quoted in the Old Testament, though. You know what I'm saying? In Jeremiah. I'm pretty certain they believe in the prophets. You know what I'm saying? As far as but they really go by the 5 books of Moses, the 5 the 5 books of the law of the Torah. But I'm pretty certain, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they do believe in the other prophets. You know what I'm saying? But of course they don't fit prophecy, because it's prophetic that once the Lord comes, because none of it them being in that land, it wasn't, prophecy that they would get that land like that, or the Israelites would not get that land like that. That's all thievery, and they're pretty much, pushing their way, on over into Gaza as well with Trump. Trump talking about, hey, the United States, Babylon the Great, gonna take over Gaza. So they, they're pardoned. Now that's prophetic that they would depart the land. That's in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like them being the actual people, no, that's not the case. So this is Hebrews 8:8. It says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. And this is only for the Israelites as well, the elect of Israel. See, the covenant is with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which, if you're familiar with the history, the kingdom was split right after the reign of King Solomon. So you have the southern kingdom called Judah, the northern kingdom called Israel, and they were split, and we're still split to this very day. And that's why we go out on the highways and byways with the sign. But this is the reason why the Lord came. He came to put back the children of Israel. He didn't come to save all these heathenist nations, man, because these people that's talking this trans stuff and all that, those are Edomites, man. Those are not Israelites. They're Hebrew Edomites. Verse 8, it says, for finding, let me see. Let me start. Yeah, let me just read back verse 8 again. It says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant and regarded them not, saith the Lord. So these people are claiming that they came out of Egypt. They're actually claiming that they are the people that were in Egypt under the rulership of the Egyptians, and being, they built the temples. Built all those pyramids, and they went through hardcore rigorous work and shit, and they claiming to be the people. But we know that the history says that they're not the people, as far as when they converted during the time and reign of John Hyrcanus, our forefathers back then. These are converts. These are not actually DNA Abraham. They're not DNA wise from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because this covenant, verse 9, it says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their minds, see, and write them in their hearts. So if you have these laws in your mind and they're written on your heart, you're not going to be thinking about no trans, nothing. Your son is not going to be trans. What the fuck are you talking? Or basically, I guess this would be their daughter. That's then changed her damn name to Preston. Probably running around out here with some fucking skateboard shoes on, some damn Vans with some sagging khakis and shit with the damn chain wallet. You know what I'm talking about. Verse 10 again, it says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. Right? So now, where do you get this account from? In the Old Testament. So they may say, well, we don't believe in the New Testament. Okay, well, let's go to the Old Testament. The same thing is being quoted. And if these laws, statutes, and commandments are written on our minds and our hearts, of course, you're not going to be thinking on that level. You're going to actually keep the law where it talks about man will not, shall not lie with mankind, or he shall surely be put to death, and his blood shall be upon his own head. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So this is Jeremiah 31. This is where this, what was just being said in Hebrews in the New Testament was quoted from right here. Let's see. Start at verse 31. Jeremiah 31 and 31, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. It's almost verbatim. You know what I'm saying? Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand and to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, which is your mind, which is the Hebrew word lab. It just means your mind, not your heart that's pumping blood. And will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. See, you're not gonna have to tell your neighbor, hey, look, that's wrong, man. You're going off. But that's just the law, man. They so-called keep the Sabbath, and all that, just these people are wicked, man. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and will remember their sin no more. See, so these people don't fit the prophecy, right? I gotta get my son out of the U.S. They're Preston. Fuck out of here, man. It's just and these people. Let's see some of the comments. This person says, "Stop comparing the Holocaust and Hitler to trivial shit like this and deportations. No one is going to camps and being killed. Shameful Democrats." Yep, yeah, I can agree with that one. Maybe you. I'm assuming he's saying maybe your son should move to Transylvania. Preston. It says around 98% of the population who have common sense and morality and normalcy disagrees with forced sex changes for minors, and we as taxpayers don't want to be forced to pay for sex changes. If you're confused about what gender you were born and want a sex change as an adult, pay for it yourself. Hey, yeah, go have your tally whacked off and shit, and things done to you on your own dime. But guess what? See, as Israelites, us being in this country, us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, see, we have absolutely no power to say where our money is going. They just take taxes from us on a week-to-week basis or whatever, whenever we get paid, and they do what they want to do with our money. They don't put it in our community. They're not saying, you know what I'm saying, hey, here matter of fact, they shouldn't even be taxing us if they're claiming we're free. So it's very hypocritical, man. And a lot of money is being sent to Israel over there too. But people are not with it, man. This shit is not what they've been pushing it like, right? And then of course, Trump, they definitely running America. But let's put this in. I'm gonna put in, if the prophecy of, probably won't get nothing though, of the Israelis, if the prophecy of the Israelis, let me see, Slovakia. Okay, so I put in, if the prophecy of the Israelis returning to Israel has been fulfilled, why is it LGBTQ rights in the country? So let's see what'll pop up. See, it says Israel has made significant progress in LGBTQ rights, including legal protections and cultural acceptance, but challenges remain. And I went through this before, but as you can see, that cultural acceptance, Pride parades, the Tel Aviv Pride Parade is the major destination for Pride Month travelers. See? Media, gay characters have appeared in mainstream movies and TV. Organizations, there are many organizations that support LGBTQ people and their families. So this clearly shows you that they do not fit the prophecy, because basically if they're there, because that's what the scripture talks about, when the children of Israel go back into the country, the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written on their minds and their hearts, and they're going to be perfect. There's not going to be none of this shit going on, because that goes against the law. That clearly goes against the Torah. Matter of fact, let's put in, so we clearly, and it's coming out more and more, and people starting to see it, but they, they're not seeing it to the extent that they should be seeing it. And people, because you got these Christians that go to church on a day that, they go on Wednesday, Bible study, Thursday, Friday, they pretty much 7 damn days a week, and they never asking themselves, like, okay, if these people are the real Israelites, or these the holy people, why is all this going on over there in the Holy Land? Because they're not the people, man. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lieth with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. See? Okay, this is Joel 3:2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of judgment, man. Roughly paraphrasing that. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. See, the children of Israel are still scattered amongst the nations, and they have parted the land. And like I said again, you see Trump, he just had this guy here, Benjamin Netanyahu, that's what we call him, BB. He was just here, and they had that press conference, standing before the, and the world, And this guy basically he straight up told the world that hey they're gonna take Gaza. They're gonna turn that shit into a Riviera, man. They're gonna basically turn that bitch into Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So these Edomites, they're the ones that's over there that have parted the land, man. And the Lord is gonna see everything is being set up for war. World War III basically, and of course the mark of the beast, the mark of the beauty and the beast. Because Trump, he's causing a lot of division right now, man. And the scriptures talks about how basically these nations, man, are going to come up against Babylon the Great over here, man, because they've been muscling everybody around for quite some time, and these their allies are starting to get sick of that shit. Now, this is Obadiah chapter 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. And those people over there in Israel, those are Edomites. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. See, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And these people are greatly despised. That's the reason why they can use words like anti-Sem. You say things like what I'm doing right now, that this would be considered anti-Semitic for you going into the scriptures and telling the truth. Like they know, it's not hard to find out that these people are converts. Matter of fact, let's see. And I think that AI is kind of kicking the asses too right now, the internet in general, you know what I'm saying? Where people are able to go online and research these things and bring out the truth on them. They don't like that, and that should bring forth the famine of the word soon. Let me just I'm going to put in, are Israelis converts? But they're in control of these systems as well. So, they can go off in here, man, and do what they want with, Google searches and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So here we go with AI. No, most Israelis are not converts, as the majority of people in Israel were raised Jewish. But there's no such thing as Jewish, man. That the word Jew just goes off into Judah, where that's one tribe. And another thing too, as well, all of Israel will be there. The tribe of Naphtali, the tribe of Asher, the tribe of Ephraim, the tribe of Simeon. You know what I'm saying? Like all the tribes will be there. But they got the world thinking that it's only Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Jew, that's just one of the sons of Israel, man. His name was changed to Israel. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Yasha Allah in the Hebrew tongue, right? And he had 12 sons. That's what makes up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, man. They're not all from the tribe of Judah, but these people won't tell you anything about where the rest of the tribes are at. It says, however, there are some people who convert to Judaism in Israel, and the number of people seeking conversion has increased in recent years. So, yeah, you can convert to the religion, as far as Judaism, but you can't be something that you're not, because this is a DNA thing, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you don't come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then you are a heathen. Now, will these people convert? Of course, in the kingdom, in our kingdom, yeah, they're going to live by our laws, statutes, and commandments. But that's not going to make them Israelites. They're not going to be on no level with us. We're going to be above them, man. These people would not be on a level with us. They're not going to be able to just be around us like that. It's not going to be like America, where a smorgasbord of everybody in the fucking world is just living amongst each other. No, it's not going to be like that. We're going to be above these people in the kingdom, man. We're not going to be dealing with them like that. We're gonna rule over them with an iron fist, man. See? Let me see. Let me put in. I'm trying to think how the brothers. They may give me something on it. John Hyrcanus, right? Let's see. Wikipedia. And this is when they pretty much overall converted. He was a Hasmonean Maccabean leader and Jewish high priest. 2nd century BCE. Let's see here. Let's go back. See, right here. This is it right here. So you have to get kind of detailed with asking questions and stuff, because Esau, you know what I'm saying? He's in control of this stuff, man. And there's certain information he just doesn't want the populace to know. John Hyrcanus, 135 to 105 BCE, forced the Idumeans, Edomites, to convert to Judaism. See, which only means that he made them keep their laws. That's all that it meant. And if you didn't, guess what? You was getting fucked up. And that's the same way it's going to be in the kingdom. So these people are not actually DNA Israelites, man. These are Edomites. They don't come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They come from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. And they were converted. They had to keep it just like we're in America. We got to stop at the stop sign, stop at the stop light. You know what I'm saying? Obey, all their little laws, or otherwise, we get taxed, or penalties, or, jail time and shit like that. It's no different. It was no different back then. No different than, a person running around. You're Americanized. You keep all America's, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it says Hyrcanus conquered Idumean towns like Adora and Marishah. He allowed the Idumeans to stay in their cities if they converted to Judaism and adopt Jewish customs. He offered conversion as an alternative to destruction. See, that's the only reason why they done it. And it's no different than when you go into the book of Esther, right? Because they'll use the book of Esther. See, the Lord, he loves everybody. You can be a Jew too. No, these people converted because they didn't want to be fucking killed, man. Because they seen the slaughter that the Israelites was putting on these men, man, back then. Let me see. I'm trying to think if it's in this 9th chapter or if it's in the last chapter. Yep, Purim. Matter of fact, Purim just was just the other day. It was a holiday. And the Lord celebrated these holidays in the book of Maccabees, man. So he celebrated holidays that, was part of the destruction of other nations. So we know that the Lord couldn't possibly love everybody like how they say, man. Esther chapter 9 and verse 26. Let me just get this part. It says, wherefore they call these days Purim, after the name pure. Therefore, for all the words of this letter and of that which they have seen concerning this matter in which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them and upon their seed and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing and according to their appointed time every year. That was the other day. It was just this past week. This holiday actually passed of the Israelites, kicking ass, man. And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, and every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, the memorial of them perish from their seed. Let me see, though. I wanted to get to the point of these people converting, though. It might be in the last chapter. Let me see here. Oh, man, it's only okay. But you get the rest of the let me see, though. Let me go back. I might have jumped the gun on it. It's right here in chapter 8, the very last verse here. Esther chapter 8, verse 17. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for fear of the Jews fell upon them. See? They converted. or basically they was like, you know what, we gonna do what they doing. We ain't gonna fuck with them. Because there's a decree out where they can actually protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because that was, if you go through this story, this guy Haman, this wicked ass dude Haman, which was a damn Edomite as well. He basically put out a decree to kill all the Jews, and then as it went, he ended up falling on it, on his own sword, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Reaping what he sown. He got himself and his whole family fucked up. But Mordecai in this story, which was Esther's uncle, he became a great man, of course, and you got to read through the story. It's a beautiful story. But he ended up, they wrote into law. They wrote new laws where the Israelites could protect themselves, or the Jews could protect themselves. And they was whooping ass, man. They was slaughtering throughout those provinces, man. So people was like, nah, you know what? Because, the Lord was with us at that point. Nah, we better go ahead and get down and or lay. It was either a get down or lay down situation, and they didn't want to lay down. So they was just like, you know what? Hey, we're gonna do what they do. It wasn't like they just automatically became DNA Jews, man. So I just wanted to touch on this for a second. I don't want to keep this long, but this shit right here is just nastiness. Because, and you have to know that these are not the original people of the land, and that they don't fit the prophecies. Because you think when the Lord comes, there's going to be motherfuckers over there with this kind of lifestyle. Are you crazy? That's not going to be happening nowhere in this world, man. Especially not in the Holy Land. And people in the comment board, man, they're not with it. See, Esau has pushed this through the mainstream media that, this lifestyle, he has basically just pushed it on everybody. But, man, overall, shit, man, about 99% of the world, they not with it, man. They not with this shit. And they want it to stop being shoved down their fucking throats, man. That's pretty much most of the comments in here. Yeah, these people, man, not having it in the comment boards. They like, bitch, hey, you take your, hey, go to Tel Aviv, though, man. Hey, you talking about what you doing in America? You should be over there in the Holy Land living it up if you so-called one of those people. Come on, man. Anyway, with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. And we're going to soon see, man. You know what I'm saying? That these imposters, the Lord is going to destroy these people, man. So with that, Kwam Yashala and the Bible Ball.